So here we go. What I'm also probably, I don't know how I'm going to go here. I hope I don't fall off here because I don't want to keep turning to the side, so I might even come down and have a bit of a wander around, but we'll just see how we go. Born and bred in Brisbane. 64 I was born. Had a great time in Brisbane. Come from a loving big family, which is very important to me. That's a couple of years old now. That's my dad's 75th, but you know, 4 siblings, 5 altogether. We all still talk to each other, which is a bit of a miracle these days. We've obviously all got partners and other bits and pieces, but that was a nice little snapshot of the Brannelly family and mum and dad. They play a great part in my life and are very important. The other thing that plays a very big part in my life is I'm a practicing Catholic, and my faith is an absolute gift. It drives almost everything I do, and I think our journey with 3DMe and our goal to improve health and education, particularly dealing with the children of the world, is certainly driven by the faith and my faith, and that plays a big part in everything that I do. Went to school at St Joseph's College, Gregory Terrace, and was lucky enough to have a fantastic schooling. You know, 12 years at school there. I was fortunate to be vice captain of the school when I was there, and it was great. So I had one of those lucky people that had a good schooling experience, and been very fortunate with that. I had an even better university. 4 years at university back in the day when university was free, compared to how it is these days, which is really tough for a lot of people. So I went down a journey of what they call Bachelor in Regional Town Planning. At the end of that 4-year course, I certainly knew that I didn't want to be a statutory planner. That's the last thing I wanted to do. So I actually did a thesis on planning criteria for tourist resorts. Now, 30 odd years ago, or 27 years ago, there weren't too many of those resorts around. So I embarked on a bit of a journey as to find out who the hell was doing resorts. And I guess what I wanted to do, that really started in my area of design. I just thought it was important. As planners, we should be designers. These days, of course, we have urban designers and urban planners, and that's, you know, run of the mill. 30 years ago, they were non-existent. Of course, Sonia, married at 40, recently celebrated 47, so we've been married for about 7 or 6 years. As I said, she's played a very big part of my life, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. Haven't been able to have children. We both come from big families. All my brothers and sisters have kids, but the Lord decided that wasn't his choice for Sonia and I, so we've been through IVF and done all of that, and it hasn't worked. So I guess that also made us sit back and think, what the hell are we going to do with our lives? Because it does change. I mean, you know, there's a different thought process when you think, well, if there aren't kids involved, what are the next 40 years going to be like? Some would probably say fantastic, but having said that, it certainly does. It led us to sit down and have a serious think about our next phase of life, and certainly 3DMe and our philanthropic vision and what we want to do with 3DMe is driven by our desire to connect with children and to improve health and education.